Now I am taking up the second video of your chapter ratio and proportion. It comes from exercise. Now I am going to take one or two statement problems and you are going to do the complete exercise, and I am going to explain you exercise 7.2 also. I am taking up the 19th question, first part. It is given that, okay, before 19th question I will be taking the 14th question, second part. The income of a man is increased in the ratio 10:11. Means previously if a man was getting, suppose, rupees 10, now he is getting rupees 11. So his income has been increased in the ratio 10:11. If the increase in his income is rupees 600, it means it is the difference between the new income and the old income. So it's rupees 600. So what you are going to take, you will say let original income be rupees X and new income, rupees 10x, as its ratio has been given to you as 10. Let original income be rupees 10x and new income be rupees 11x. So how much is the increase in his income in the language of ratio? Increase in income is 11x minus 10x, that is rupees x. Now according to the question, this increase income is given to you as 600. So x is equal to 600. According to the question, x is equal to 600. Now what you have to find in this? You have to find the new income. So new income is rupees 11x. So it will be 11 into 600. That is rupees 6600. This is how you are going to take the statement problem of 14th question, second part. Now I am taking up the 19th question, first part. It is given in a mixture of 45 liters. In a mixture of 45 liters of milk, the ratio of milk is to water is 13:2. Now they are asking how much more water must be added to it so that the mixture milk, the ratio of the milk is to water becomes 3:1. Now I can find first the amount of milk and water. So as the original ratio is given is 13:2. So amount of milk is how much? 13x liter. And water is how much? 2x liter. Now the total mixture is given to you in the question as 45 liter. So it will be, the total will be 13x plus 2x is equal to 45 according to the question. Now 13x plus 2x will be 15x. So 45 upon 15, it will come out to be 3. Value of x is 3. So how much is milk is there? Amount of milk? It is 13x. That is 13 into 3. That is 39 liters. And amount of water is 2 into 3. That is 6 liter. This originally was the volume of the milk as well as water. Now they are asking how much water must be added to this mixture to make now the ratio of milk is to water as 3:1. Now we are going to take, let the amount of water added be y liter. Now we cannot take again x because x I have already used. So let amount of water be y liter. Now amount of milk remains the same, that is 39. Now let water added be y liter. Amount of or the volume of milk is the same, that is 39 upon, now the volume of water will become 6 plus y. 6 was at the beginning, y liter water has been added, so it will become 6 plus y. Now the ratio becomes, according to the question, 3/1. You are going to cross multiply it and you are going to get 39. I can cancel 3 with 39. 3 ones are 3, 39 because of equality. So it becomes 13 is equal to 6 plus y. If I cross multiply, y comes out to be 7 liters. So again you are going to write the statement that the amount of water added is 7 liter. Now in the 20th question, first part, the pocket money of Ravi and Sanjeev are given the ratio 5:7. You are going to take the pocket money of Ravi as rupees 5x and pocket money of Sanjeev is equal to rupees 7x. Now it is also given that each of them saves rupees 80. If each of them are saving rupees 80, so how much will be the expenditure of Ravi? Expenditure is your pocket money which you get minus the saving. That is 5x minus 80. And expenditure of Sanjeev will be 7x minus 80. Now according to the question, the ratio between their expenditures are given as 3:5. So 5x minus 80 upon 7x minus 80 is equal to 3/5. So I made the equation for you, cross multiply and you can find x. And when you find x, you are going to get the pocket money of both the boys. Now this is what you have to do in your exercise 7.1. Few questions I have done from in between. Now I am taking up the exercise 7.2. In the exercise 7.2, two ratios are given in proportion. So the symbol of the ratio is this, 2 dots. But the symbol of the proportionality is 4 dots, which we write it as equality. Now suppose it is given that A, B, C, D are in proportion. So how you are going to write their proportionality? That A is to B is equal to C is to D. For all the questions we are going to write this only. Either you can use the formula which you have learned in the 6th, 7th classes, that product of means is equal to the product of extremes. Or you can write it into the form of division. A upon B is equal to C upon D. So this also, then what it becomes? AD is equal to BC after cross multiplying. And if we are going to take the product of means, that is also BC. Product of extreme, that is also AD. So you can use it either way you want. Now you have also done how to find the fourth proportional, third proportional, mean proportion. That also you have done it in the lower classes. And still I'm going to take one part of each question so that you can recall what you have learned. Now let the fourth proportion be second question, first part. Three numbers are given to you and fourth proportional they have asked. Let the fourth proportional be x. Now as the fourth proportional is x, you are going to put the fourth proportional at the fourth place. 3, 12, 15, x. And now you are going to use the same as I told you, that 13 is 3 is to 12 is equal to 15 is to x, and solve x, which will be the fourth proportional. Now in the third question, first part, you have been asked to find the third proportion. The two numbers which are given are 5, 10. So third proportion I am going to place at the third place. Fourth proportional at the fourth place, third proportional at the third place. Now you are given three numbers now. And how to form the proportionality between the three numbers? This middle one is repeated. That is 5 is to 10 is equal to 10 is to x. This is how you write the proportionality with three numbers. Rest you can solve for x. Now in the fourth question you are asked find the mean proportion. Now if for the mean proportion you will first suppose let the mean proportion be x, and mean proportion is in between the two numbers. Third proportion, put it at the third place. Mean proportion is always put in between the two numbers. The two numbers which are given are 5 and 80. So you are going to put the mean proportion in between, because mean always comes in between the two numbers. So now x will be placed in the middle. And for the third proportion, x will be placed at the third place. Now again, the same concept will be used as I told you about the three numbers, that the middle one, that is the x, will be repeated. 5 is to x is equal to x is to 80. Or you will say product of mean is what? X square is equal to 5 into 80. Now what is x? X is the mean proportion. So always remember for a mean proportion, because we are going to do proving also, the square of the mean proportion. X is your mean proportion, and see it's square only. Square of the mean proportion is equal to the product of the given two terms. This you have to remember. And you can apply directly also in the questions. That square of the mean proportion is equal to the product of the numbers. Now in the, what do you mean by continued proportion? Now suppose you are given three numbers. Suppose A, B, C. Suppose A, B, C are in continued proportion. The question says A, B, C are in continued proportion. And how you are going to write the continued proportion? By repeating B. A is to B is equal to B is to C. Or you can also write it as A upon B is equal to B upon C. Suppose if I give you four numbers in proportion instead of three in continued proportion. Suppose if I give four numbers in continued proportion, that there's a difference between A, B, C, D in proportion and A, B, C, D in continued proportion. So if I say A, B, C, D are in continued proportion, so you are going to form the ratios in continuity, that A upon B is equal to B upon C is equal to C upon D. This is how you get the numbers in continued proportion. But if I say A, B, C, D are in proportion, then you are going to form it like this. A upon B is equal to C upon D. This is simply in proportion. And this is in continued proportion. So you should know the difference between the two. Now your fifth question is based on the continued proportion only. You are given that A, 12, 16, B, they are in continued proportion. Find the value of A and B. So I'm going to use this concept. If they are in continued proportion, I'm going to take A upon 12 is equal to 12 upon 16 is equal to 16 upon B. This is I'm doing your fifth question. And you have to find the value of A and B. Now you can take these two ratios. Only A is missing. You can reduce it to the lowest terms, 3 upon 4, and you can find A. Now you can take these two ratios. 3 upon 4 is equal to 16 upon B, and you can find B. So this is how you are going to find the numbers A and B if they are in continued proportion. Now in the sixth question you have been asked to find the number added so that 5, 11, 19, 37 are in proportion. So you will say let the number added be x. Add number x and form the proportion. Add number x to all the terms and form the proportionality. 5 plus x is 2. 11 plus x is equal to 19 plus x is to 37 plus x. And you can write it in the form of the fractions. 5 plus x upon 11 plus x is equal to 19 plus x upon 37 plus x. As these are binomials, put them within brackets, cross multiply, find x, and then again write the statement. Therefore, the number to be added is so and so, whatever you get after calculating. Now in your 11th question, I am doing some questions in between. And from 12th question onwards, you are having proving till the last. That I will be telling you in your next video, how to do the proving. Now you have been asked to find the two numbers such that the mean proportion between them is 28 and the third proportion is 224. So you will say let the two numbers be x and y. It is given that 28 is the mean proportion, and I told you a concept to be used, that square of the mean proportion, as 28 is the mean proportion, is equal to the product of the given terms or the given numbers which I have taken as x and y. From here, what will be the value of x? 28 square upon y. This is your first equation. Now it also says that the third proportion is 224. If the third proportion is 224, I told you to place the third proportion at the third place. So 224 will be placed at the third place. Now you can form again the proportionality. Y will be repeated. X is to y is equal to y is to 224. X upon y is equal to y upon 224. Y square becomes equal to 224x. This is your second equation. Y square is equal to 224x. Now you are going to substitute the value of x from first in second. So when you are going to substitute the value of x, what will you get? In your second equation you are going to put from first in second, it will become y square is equal to 28 square upon y into, replace this x by its value, that, oh sorry, it is I have already Okay, let me do it again. Y square is equal to 224 into x. Replace this value of x from first, that is 28 square upon y. Now what you are going to get now? You are going to shift this y to the left. It will become y cube is equal to 224 into 28 square means 28 into 28. Now as it is y cube and we have to find y, it means we have to take cube root. And 28 is having 2 in a pair. It means there must be one more 28 from out of 224, because we are going to make 3 pairs, a pair with 3 numbers. So it will be y cube is equal to, I'm going to break up this 224. When I'm dividing 224 by 28, I'm getting it as 8. So it will be broken as 28 into 8. Or you can write 8 first. First 8. You can write 8 into 28. Just because from here I have come to know that there must be one more 28 in order to find cube root. 28 into 28. Now take cube root on both sides. This you are going to get a pair of cube root of 28 cube, and this is 2 cube. So your cube root will be 2 into 28, that is 56. So the value of y is 56. And what was the value of x? The value of x was 28 square, that is 28 into 28 upon y. This was the value of x. And y we have calculated as 56. 28 2s are 56, 2 1s are 2, 14. So x is equals to 14. And y is equal to 56. Again you are going to write it in a statement. Therefore the two numbers are 14 and 56. You sometimes get a question of this 11 question also, you get sometimes in your board exam also. And the 6th question also, you get it in boards, the type. Now I've done some questions from in between. Rest we will take up in the next video, where you have to find the proofs.